Hello and welcome to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back with another track guide, this time in the Formula 4 at Barber Motorsports full course layout, and it is a wonderful little track. It's going to be a lot of fun to race. If you are new to my channel, what we do is a hot lap, a breakdown lap, and then we're back in the cockpit one final time with the driving line on. Right, let's get started. Right, let's start. Heroically smashing it down the main straight. Get to the one marker. On the brakes. Keep it in fifth. Back on the gas. And then we're braking. Long trail off down to third gear. Getting that power back on. Over to the left-hand side so we can cut back over to the right. Up through the gears. We're looking for the 2 marker on the right. We're going to brake up to about 80%. Hold it, and then trail off down to second gear on the gas nice and early. Back up through the gears. Over onto the left-hand side into the tricky little downhill chicane thingy-majig. We go past the one, and then we're on the brakes. Little blip of gas, back on the brakes, cut that corner. Down to second. We're flat out through 10-11 chicane here, if it isn't a chicane. This one's a tricky little corner. On the gas now and hold it. Just trust that everything's going to grip up. Final braking marker. Down to third gear. And flat through the final corner. Can be a bit slippy, watch out there. And over and across the line in a 121.710. Now, I've never driven this track before. In the F4 or the full track in its entirety, so I've no idea what that's going to be like. Felt fast for me. Right, let's do the breakdown lap. Okay, breakdown lap. Right, first braking marker. So as we get to the 1 marker, you can see I'm just getting onto the brakes now. Brake up to about 60%, quickly trail it off, leave it in 5th gear. I'm back on the gas nice and early, so as you can see here, before the apex, well before the apex, I'm back on full gas, and we're going to clip this inside corner, keep it pinned, get back over to the left-hand side, and then basically as soon as we start moving back over to the left-hand side, again, we're going to brake up to nearly 60%. So a long trail off this time. We drop it down to 4th, we drop it down to 3rd. I'm still trailing off on the brake, as you can see, and then as I come off the brake, immediately I get on the gas. Now, I'm just holding it at around 2/3 pressure here until the car's fully gripped up and I know I can make the corner. Once I get to this stage, so once we can see the curbing on the right-hand side, I'm back on full gas. And I'm just going to hold it. Back over to the right-hand side. This next one took me by surprise because I'd only done the short track before, so I wasn't used to this corner. So it was quite good fun. Once we hit the 2 marker, we're braking up to 80%, and we're just holding it. And then as we start to turn in, as you'd expect, we start trailing it off. There's a lot more grip here than I was expecting, put it that way. Drop it down to 2nd gear. We start building back up on the gas. And once I'm sort of halfway through this double turn, turn 5, I'm back on 100%. Right, this is the tricky downhill chicane. So we go past the 1 marker, we start turning in, and we brake up to about 50%. I then trail that off at the first apex. I get back on the gas here, and now as soon as my wheels sort of straighten, I get back on the brakes. I'm going to continue straight over this curb as if it doesn't even exist. It's a bit bumpy. Brake up to about 50%, and then I trail it off down to 2nd gear. Little lockup of the front there, not too harmful, and I'm back on 100% gas. We're flat through 10 and 11. You just give the curbs a kiss. See? Nice. Right, so for turn 12 coming up here, 12 and 13, we go past the 1 marker, and then we turn in. I come off the gas, almost down to nothing, and then I go back on the gas, and then immediately I'm back off, brake up to about 35%, trail that off, drop it down to 4th, and as you can see, I'm back on 100% gas here. So basically at the apex of turn 13. And just holding it, holding it, holding it. Up through the gears. We're flat again through 14. Now the tricky bit is where to brake here for turn 15. So as you come through, there are no real markers that you can sort of spot. But for me, it was basically from my vantage point, as soon as those trees ahead, and you can see there's sort of a big longish clump of them on the right-hand side, as soon as they clear themselves of the barriers, or about to be, so you see the fully clear of the barriers now, that's when I'm getting on the brakes, again, up to about 50%, trying to brake in a straight line. It gives me a nice wide entry into 15. I then trail that off, drop it down to 4th gear, drop it down to 3rd gear, and I start building back up on the gas. I'm holding it there about 70% until I can straighten my wheel. And now I'm on 100%, and from there you can just flatline it. Kissing this last corner. Exiting wide. And over and across the line. Right, one final version coming up with the driving line on without me speaking. Enjoy. I've been Sambo iRacing. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'll see you guys in the week. Cheers.